So if we look at the overall ecosystem, an ecosystem is a term to describe how all this stuff fits together. You have in the middle of what I would call a talent management operating system, and we'll get into more detail about that, but it's basically where you pull together executive, what I call an executive human capital committee, and then the day-to-day operations of that system is by the chief talent learning officers and his or her staff, where they manage that process in close proximity to that human capital committee. And then at the bottom there, you see a leadership pipeline dashboard, which is the information. So, and then as you go around, you see workforce planning, et cetera, assessing talent, et cetera. You can follow those, and you take the course, you'll become pretty familiar with those. But at the time, now let's look at these three pieces that I talked about, which are the ones that in a foundation you absolutely have to get right. The first one, the lever of alignment, is that talent management operating system, where human resources and human capital committee work in conjunction. You can see some of the requirements. As I said, we'll get into more detail about that later. But the lever of alignment is critical because you have to have that to make progress. The second lever is information, and you can acquire that by what I'm calling human asset inventory, which produces an MRI of your talent. That's where the mandate from Fred Smith, the CEO of Federal Express, to me, was you need to have just as conversation. So that's what we created. And you'll find out, you'll be extremely pleased to find out what you can find out in one day. We as a group, or you as a group, are not assessing the individuals. The team that they report to are having a productive conversation so they can assess their talent. And that's one of the keys. There's a lot of tests, helpful and all that, but nothing works better than having a candid, robust conversation about talent, which is facilitated and structured in such a way that it's very productive and produces definable. The third piece is putting in place that leadership pipeline dashboard. It's not something you do automatically. It's an iterative approach. You need to evolve from creating a paper report to the end state being a pipeline dashboard. But not all companies need that. The trip point usually is about 100 people. You need some kind of electronic database. Not people, managers. Once you have about 100 individuals at the management level, you decide. But you have to get that good information from the level of their information. If you don't have the good information, you're not going to go anyplace. So there's three showstoppers there. If you're not in line, if human resources is not in line with the executive level, if in fact you don't have good information, and third, if you can't take that information and format it in such a way and distill it so that the C level has access to it, you're not going to go very far.